Right back with you on this Thursday. AITradingFutures.com with Jim Daniels, the human button pusher. We got 4 AI in the house. We got Grok, we got ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Gemini, all running in a custom dashboard, monitoring everything that I wish these human eyes would monitor. Imagine having 12 screens and 12 PhDs looking at the bond market, stocks, equities, your gammas, all you Greeks, hedge pressures, everything, and just to give me signals that are likely to coincide with Bookmap to do some scalping. Now, some people wouldn't use all the AI. I do it because it keeps me from having to look at all the screens and missing trades. I wind up, I'm a retired professional sports car driver. I didn't finish this point earlier because we got into a trade. I come from a world of data acquisition, in-depth video analysis. When I say in-depth video analysis, not just watching the camera out the front. That's a part of it, but out the front, out the back, watching cameras on the shocks, watching the hands, a specialty camera on the feet. In the later years, and even right now, I was one of the guys that pioneered eye recognition, so I could tell if a guy's turning into a 95-mile-an-hour left-hand turn, Road America or something, and then all of a sudden he's scanning the right side mirror and the left side turn, and those are little things that I help people change their mannerisms. And then we got wheel Tourette, where guys sawing on the wheel for no reason. That's just a nervous thing to get to because you're not used to the speed. Things like that, and 100 other points that I help coach these young guys on. We're only trying to find 2 or 3 tenths on a 4-mile track. So imagine that 4-mile track turning a 2-minute lap time, and you try. And if you're 3-4 tenths off, you're 20th place on the grid. And so that's when I get called in, when someone can drive beyond the limits of the tires, but they're still 2, 3, 4 tenths off. That's always in the mechanics. That's always in no one's ever coached them. And people, and a lot of these drivers are cocky. And I just always saw, I'm about to take it, guys. This will be the 3rd attempt here. Just was oversold enough that my gut, and she's only saying neutral. So I don't have a definitive from AI, meaning looking at all the 6 other charts that I would normally look at, that it's going to go down. See, there's being met with buyers. I don't feel it, guys. I don't feel it. We're below halfway of the linear. All right, it is working. I didn't take it, you all. You saw me. I did not take that. Hope I'm recording this. Sometimes the best thing to do is to not take one. Let's see if it closes here on a 1-minute basis. If it closes and then we get another leg, that will indeed be the potential start of the 15-minute ORB breakdown. A lot of people don't trade in this range at all. I make a lot of money in that range, especially when the EMAs and the VWAP is all in there together, because you use the Bookmap, and you're only trying to get a little impulse candle, 2-3 points, 2 or 3 points here, 2 or 3 points there. Yes, I know the commissions stack up, and people say that. I'd rather let 2 run all day, but show me how many times you get to 2 to run all day. Show me how many times your gut will allow you to be in a trade and you see 1,000 in profit, but that's nowhere near your targets. That's nowhere near your R123 or S123. There's nowhere near all that traditional stuff. And then you watch it come back on you, then go back to 1,000 and come down a few hundred, and then you get an impulse candle and you hit your stop loss because you're trading a prop account. So here it is. We're at $3,046. I did that in the first 7-8 minutes. I'm not taking a trade in a little while. Let me go ahead and show you those trades on the screen, though. Let's move this over. I like where we are now. We have opened a candle below the 15-minute, but everybody's watching this. We are extended on these candles here. Let me just show you what we did today. You can screenshot this if you want to look at it, do your own work. But there's the trades. Last trade we closed out of was at 8:45. So we did have that last little trade right there where we did take the break through the 15 for a quick scalp. There they are. No losers today. It shows that one loser. That's just where on my DCA, one of the lots didn't get closed out before the price was coming back. That also indicates how fast I am in this video game aspects of this. That means it was coming back. That's why one of those lots, I hadn't bet a 1, so there's no way I could have lost on one lot. Anyway, so that's the wrong way. I want to go this way, and I want to grab this one, come this way. All right, so let's just see here. About 28 more minutes for me, so I'm going to cut maybe a couple, 2, 3 more videos. Try to keep them around 10 minutes. They say over to YouTube, that's the duration. And I like it to be episode driven. That way we can make more thumbnails. And you never know which video is going to take off and which one's going to help people. So I know everyone's probably now the biggest one watched was that $80,000 loser I had middle of December or middle of November. I think it was December the 11th, 12/11. Don't quote me. It's either 11/11 or 11/12 or 12/11 or 12/11, something like that. It both has 12s and 11s in it. You go back and look at it. I taped it. I put it up. It's there. I had a buddy with me. Doug was here. He was watching me trade over my shoulder, and I revenge trade. I went on tilt. I FOMO'd everything that's in my psychological guide, which, by the way, AITradingFutures.com. This is Jim Daniels, a human button pusher. Everything I do, including the psychology of all this, I've put into free PDFs. I can't tell you how to trade. I'm not giving you advice. This is highly risky. This is just for entertainment. But I am putting out there what I do. And I don't know what else I can do, but show you what I do. And then you start paper trading and trying it yourself. I also have a guide out there that's how to pass the prop firms. And that basically is a derivative of everyone's how to pass prop firms. All the transcripts of everybody who has very popular multi-year channels who have given lessons on how to pass prop clubs, prop firms, easy for me to say. I have combined those into TXT files, gave them to the 4AI, let the 4AI compare and analyze and argue amongst themselves and pull all the data they have that's outside of the transcripts I put in there to come up with a concise way. They even went to every single prop firm's website, the ones I could think of, the ones that they could find. They pulled up all the bylaws, the rules, everything to overlay that prop firm PDF. It's a pretty good and very time consuming. I got 100 hours in it. I got 100 plus hours in all of them and ongoing because I'm always updating them. I update them. If anything new comes out there I think is neat, first I get AI to verify, see if it can call BS or not. And if they say, hey, we would want, and they don't always use all of it, but they'll say this is a derivative of what we're already doing, but a different spin. And then they decide to back test. Here comes maybe the reversal. See what I mean by the overshoot? Yes, I could have made some points in there, but Bookmap was not with it. It just wasn't giving me anything. It did go 50 points. I mean, that's a heck of a time in there, but it was volatile. Look at the same time. Look at you up and down on your ASCII, and Bookmap was not going crazy to the sell side because it's been selling all morning. It's going to be time for reversal here at some point. For those of you that might just be watching this one and knowing what we do, I use 4AI. I use Grok, ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Gemini. I built a custom dashboard where they're using API. They're watching Spot Gamma. They're watching the news networks. They're watching all the markets through NinjaTrader. They can't do it through TradingView, but NinjaTrader has excellent back-end plugins for AI. And so they're able to scan the Dow, the Russell. You're getting a nice impulse candle here. Not going to chase it. Let's see if we can get through the 20 EMA. I don't like taking longs in no man's land. No man's land right now is we're just getting to the 20. We're below the ORB 15. We're below VWAP. But that doesn't mean we're not going to unwind to the top of the linear regression because, I'm layering in channels. So I got EMA channels. I got open range breakout channel. I got the linear regression channel, very powerful. I got a VWAP. So we got many things in here. You ASCII followers of mine know that the trade would have been, if you was just following ASCII, the first break of the previous high right there, you'd still be in that trade. You got 60 point run right now. You ASCII traders out there, you are welcome. If you learn how to trade ASCII or you learned about them and then taught yourself because of some of my videos, you are welcome. I'm glad to do it. I do focus groups. As of recording this video, January the 8th, 2026, none of my almost 400 videos have dropped. Mainly because I keep evolving the AI. I want it to be perfect, and I want to be the guinea pig, the human button pusher, to get it perfect. And we keep finding things that makes my success ratios better. Today, let's look at what we are today. I showed you. Today, we're at 72.73% win ratio. I had one loss. If you watch the previous episodes, that wasn't a loss. All right, that was when I DCA'd up to 20 lots. One of those, when the price is coming back against me, one of those was in the red for $175. And that's the DCA. And that's why my commissions are usually higher than what people would normally see, is because I DCA. a lot. DCA is a primary function of trading like this. There's the video game aspect. You got to have the cash to do it. You got to have the mentality to do it. But for ninja scalping, it works because no one can pick a bottom or top. And so as that 1 minute candle goes against you and just pulls back into itself, you could just get a little bit better price, and then it doesn't have to move as much for you to get some green. And so that's the high frequency trading. That's if you look up high frequency trading and how the algorithms do it, they multi-leg in, they ladder in inside of a candle. It's called DCA, dollar cost averaging inside of a trade. I do it, happen to do it in a smaller time frame. And all of you watch videos by now and see what people, you go up, and this is how it was explained to me and by a JP Morgan guy when I was doing prop firms in 2009 and 10 after the crash. If you was to catch a pivot somewhere around the bottom, you didn't have too much drawdown, and you're clearly on a winner, meaning you're able to move your stop loss into the green. That's when you're on a runner, right? That's what people want to be in. Like right now, people that follow my system are in a 60, 70 point runner. I didn't feel it because I didn't feel it, but I had been calling it that we were oversold and we're due for a bounce, but I just don't feel it. I have to have my spider senses have to be going, and she's now said 5. She said 5 in 5 on both. So she's neutral, which means they didn't catch this. Now what will happen is I will flag this, and then I will tell them why didn't we catch this, and they will give me a log back of why they didn't think to go, and it's going to be something that I don't see. It might be that there was an inversion with the S&P. It might be that gold was doing this or oil was doing that. But they'll tell me why they didn't pick this, and sometimes, and it's happened. This is why I keep revising it. They'll say we should have given you a buy signal. It's been rare they've been wrong, y'all. They were in the beginning because they was having a machine learn my style and what I wanted to do, and then they was having to slowly watch me evolve to change over to their style, which is what's happened. I have been coached by AI to change all of my old bad habits and everything, and some of them not bad habits, just low probability trades, but that I had mastered, watching Head and Shoulders, doing cup and handles, all that kind of stuff. And then they came back with, hey, well, these are more probable. Here's 5 to 10 plays that you could scalp on that are more probable. And then here is 5 or 10 plays that you could intraday swing, and it went right to the ASHI. The ASHI is the king of intraday swings. Like right here was a trigger. You could have got to there. Then right there was a trigger, and you could have got to right there. So that's 2 great ASHI trades that happened just this morning in a classic V shape. Every day we have a bell or we have a V, and you want to catch both sides. You want to catch the up left and down right, or the down left and up right. Now, I am kicking myself a little bit, but listen, I'm still the human button pusher. This is not automated. Let me give a run through. I'll be right back in the next one. I'll run through this with you. This one's a little long.